I think, bottom formations require a little more evidence than just a little bit of price reversal. There is no doubt that price reversal will be the first of the signals that what the stock intends, and that is the only thing which is available today. In the absence of associative evidence such as, volumes and then momentum signals and divergence patterns and then build-up of additional patterns as you go along, creating the rally and creating the bottoming formation. I think all those things take several days to happen, at the very least. So I think those need to be awaited before you call for a bottom. But currently, therefore, we can say that all the PSU banks are kind of rallying from an oversold position. Most of them had got bashed on. I think maybe barring two names, State Bank of India and I think Indian Bank, every other PSU bank had gone to 52-week lows. Now that's a very broad setup to have, where the entire sector is trading at a significant new low, which is 52-week lows for all these names. So I think some oversold region had been reached, and currently we have to treat this as an oversold bounce and await continued evidences of strengthening before we can call for a bottom. I don't think all of them will bottom out together. There may be some which will show that evidence and some which will need a retest of the bottom. So I think we'll have to play or feel our way ahead as we go along.
Any names that you like within the PSB pack at this point of time? Any names that you would look out to buy if the rally continues?
Well, I would restrict myself to only those two names which I mentioned, which did not make a 52-week low. And they did not do that because A, the sellers were not willing to sell these two stocks down to such levels, or B, there were sufficient buyers at the lower levels to stem these two stocks from going to new 52-week levels. So when there is a behavior pattern which is different from the rest of the pack, I think that is where you need to really concentrate on. So therefore, Indian Bank and State Bank, which are clearly even fundamentally the most two strongest among the whole bunch of PSU bank, I think we should purely concentrate our firepower there. In terms of higher beta, Can Bank will certainly qualify because that's always a stock which has a much higher beta compared to most other names. So therefore, if you're looking for a quick buck and a quick turnaround, then Can Bank would also qualify, but certainly not from a longer term point of view.
Okay, CK, thanks so much for joining us with the what you make of these banks. But I also wanted to ask you the other stocks that may have caught your fancy in today's trading session. What is it that you're recommending at the moment?
Well, I think a stock which seems to have completed a decline, which is Aptech, and that stock had earlier jumped up with considerable gusto about, say, nearly 8-10 sessions ago. And then over the last week had been undergoing a bit of a pullback to that huge upside action. Now that seems to have ended, and a new rise seems to have begun from 310 levels. So buy this with a stop loss placed at about 300. A short-term price target around 340 can be looked at. Second stock to buy would be something which would be a continuation buy signal, which is visible on the charts of Godrej Agrovet. I think this is one of the better listings in recent times, where institutional preference also is clearly visible and retail trade is also getting into it. Stock is pushing up after a brief rest. 675 current prices, buy with a 15-point stop, a short-term price target of 700 to 720.